we're here at the LAA Rally with Harry, the famous Harry Lees, the man who knows everything about avionics, and we're sitting in his very, very nice RV12.
Thank you very much.
How long did it take you to build this?
3.5 years.
3.5 years? That's not bad, is it?
No, it would have been quicker, but I kept injuring myself along the way.
You don't, not by building this, hopefully.
Right arm and wrist from Clicos.
Okay.
Yeah, that did take a bit of a toll.
RSI from Clicos?
Yes, yeah, there's a lot of that.
So we're here, apart from talking about the RV12 and lots of buttons, we're here to talk about the avionics that you got here. So talk us through what you've actually got here, because this looks like a pretty funky setup.
This was the first RV12 in the UK with a Garmin G3X installation.
Okay.
It was done before Vans had released their version of it. So it doesn't follow all the Vans wiring, it's all done, I've done it all myself. So behind the panel it's much simpler. You take a screen out of a Vans aeroplane and there's huge looms, junction boxes, lots of plugs. You go behind here and it looks almost empty, but it does exactly the same.
Excellent.
So yeah, dual GDU, 10-inch touchscreens. Left-hand one's configured as a PFD all the time, so primary flight display, moving map, all the different functions on there. So you can scroll between traffic and maps, charts, everything else on that one.
And where are you getting the traffic from?
Traffic, so I've got a Garmin GDL50R, which is a remote ADS-B receiver, and that's behind the right-hand screen. It's got a dedicated antenna under my seat. So that's doing ADS-B and just scrolling down in to look at sidewall traffic at the moment. There's one. It's been busy yesterday. We had 12, 15 aircraft at the most on there, so it's certainly picking up now. People are getting Sky Echoes and things. So
yeah, absolutely. And then this is a Garmin Navcom.
Yeah, GNC 255. The standard Vans kit comes with just a com, no nav. I opted to put a nav in there as well, just as a backup for GPS. I know they're taking VORs out, and it's a VFR aeroplane, but just an extra useful bit, and it works very well. Yeah, does the job.
I recognise this. Well, I recognise this as the GFC 500, but I guess it's called something different.
In here it's just the G3X autopilot, but effectively it's a GFC 500. So it uses the same servos, same controller as in the certified GFC 500. The only difference in the experimental aircraft is that the pitch trim servo isn't a Garmin servo, it's a Ray Allen.
Okay.
But other than that, it's effectively the same as a certified GFC.
Okay, and I have to say, having the certified version of this in my airplane is fantastic autopilot.
Oh, it's absolutely
rock
brilliant.
Solid.
Yeah.
Rock solid. So these are, because a VFR only airplane, these don't need the external IFR GPS.
No.
So this is just running off its own internal GPS.
I do have another GPS receiver. I've got the GPS 20A, which is Garmin's FAA approved ADS-B source, and that's also driving the GPS on the screen for navigation. In the UK at the moment we can't use the GPS 20A as an approved GPS for ADS-B out, which is a bit frustrating, but I'm arguing the case with the CAA. I know other people are doing the same at the moment, so maybe we'll win that argument at some point, but it would be nice.
So just looking at this screen here, I see you've got a transponder, so presumably there's a remote transponder somewhere.
Yes, obviously nothing on the panel.
No, indeed.
So again, hidden behind the centre instrument panel here is a GTX 35R and standard transponder controls on the screen.
Okay, so it's just on the screen.
Yeah, exactly the same as, in fact, in your aircraft 182 with the GTN, you can do the transponder control through the GTN.
Absolutely.
It's just exactly the same.
I won't play around with the different transponder things, and then because of the touchscreen.
Yeah, so that's actually controlling this. So you've got two ways of controlling the com, either through there or directly through the box. There we go, and it's gone into the standby there. Yeah, and then you can flip-flop over on the top.
You can flip-flop it there if you want to. Flip-flop back. But presumably you can also flip-flop this.
Oh yeah, yeah. So if you lose a screen, you've still got total control of your radio.
Yeah.
Garmin do a remote radio for the G3X, but unfortunately it's 25 kilohertz only, and we need 8.3. So the options on with these in Europe will have to be either a Garmin, a Trig, or something else panel mount radio.
Okay. And in terms of updating databases and stuff like that, do you do this through the SD card?
Yes. Yeah, this doesn't have the connects function that you can do with a flight stream on a certified aeroplane, but it's very straightforward. So.
And in terms of, given that this was the first one with the Garmin kit, how easy was it to get all of this approved via the LAA?
Actually, it's very straightforward. Yeah, I had to write a normal mod application for a minor change, submit that, a few questions were asked, and it got cleared straight away. The only odd bit, we did the initial flight tests, the first 5 hours flying, submitted everything, and then the LAA came back and said, not happy with the autopilot. You see GFC 500 and the G3X autopilot have got the envelope protection.
Yeah, ESP.
Yeah, and minimum speed control in a certified autopilot is 1.3 VSTOL. So that would give it around 57 knots on this. And the LAA wanted 1.5. So we had to go back and change the configuration settings, and it's now set for 1.5 VSTOL, which is a bit odd because, say, certified aeroplanes are doing it lower than that. But anyway, it's where it is, and it's not a problem. When you actually go and play with it and make it do it, it's a very good safety feature.
Yeah, no, I love it. There's probably another video to be made in the various different approvals and how come some amateur built stuff requires more margin than certified stuff.
Yeah.
But which, you know, a little bit of a question there, and you know, things you were talking about, the certified ADS-B source and the CA not accepting that one when the FAA does accept it.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Some others, but you know, we can invent around the wheels sometimes.
Yeah.
If we want to.
Hopefully, it's a case of finding the solution rather than just identifying a problem.
Yeah.
And that is an argument we like to win a bit more of. So.
Absolutely. So, is there anything you'd change if you were to start again?
I've got analog standby instruments in. Most people put a...
Is that a requirement? Or?
Well, it is a requirement for any glass cockpit under LAA must have backup, either pneumatic and direct reading pneumatic airspeed and altitude, or an electronic instrument. So people put in the Garmin G5 or the AvMap. I haven't got enough room to do either. Again, in the certified G3X, in a day VFR aircraft under the Part 23 STC, you don't need a standby instrument.
No.
So I've approached the LAA, and they have agreed that in a G3X equipped RV12 for day VFR, you don't need standbys. So we have that gone through for one aircraft. The mod hasn't been signed yet, but I've had an agreement on that. So I would probably get rid of those, and then I could perhaps put a GTN or a different navigator in there. But for VFR, it's really not necessary.
And the compass again, is that a requirement?
Yes, you have to have a backup compass. So I've got the little one. I've added the optional Vans glare shield.
Okay.
Again, no panel space to make it work really. So
no.
That's a challenge. This is quite different to the Vans arrangement. In a normal Vans RV12, and mine's a ULS engine, you'd have a big panel here with pull-out fuses and all the switches. So I don't like that arrangement. So I've gone to standard aircraft circuit breakers. By doing that, I've been able to get more in the centre panel, but it's still a bit restricted.
Excellent. Well,
it's a nice simple fit. It's done 110 hours so far in 2.5 years. Totally reliable, which is brilliant.
And in terms of weight, is there a weight saving over analog steam aircraft gauges, or because you've kind of got two, which is a little bit overkill, isn't it? It
is, yeah. I was a Garmin dealer for many years. I'm still involved with the Garmin dealer, although I'm not one personally now.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm a Garmin fanatic. I wanted both, and I've got it set up so I can fly two pilots. So this side I can set it up as having a full PFD on this side. And if my wife's flying with me, who's got no interest in flying, she just wants to go from A to B, then she can have the big moving map on here, and that's all she's interested in, is where we are.
You could. I'm sure that there's a way. There must be a way of feeding a verb.
You can put video on. It's got to be analog to NTSC. Okay. So my Garmin Verb camera won't connect into this. I think an early version of the Verb would, and there are lots of other standard, like the little pencil cameras, things that they'll all go in. You just need there's a coax connector on the back of each screen, and you can configure the video. So yeah, you could, in theory, on this side, you could actually play. You could
put a little camera in the tails there. Yeah,
I record normally with a Garmin Verb, and I've got it linked into the aircraft audio system, so I have that as a record of what I've been doing.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time.
No problem at all.
I have to say, it looks like an amazing piece of kit.
It's good fun.
Next time you're in Wiltshire, come and visit.
Thank you very much.
Come into the strip, and we'll maybe take a look at it in the air.
Okay.
Thank you.
Happy to. Thanks, Ian.